Tokyo apartments look small from the outside, but inside them is a quiet engineering culture that solves daily problems with precision, restraint, and almost invisible design. These aren't gadgets or gimmicks, they're systems that make tight spaces feel effortless. Here are 13 Tokyo home ideas that instantly upgrade daily life. 1. Sliding doors that erase dead space. Tokyo apartments treat space as a resource that must never be wasted, and sliding doors embody that logic. Instead of swinging open and carving out a permanent arc of unusable floor, these doors move laterally, disappearing into pockets or gliding along tracks that hug the wall. The shift seems small, yet it reshapes the geometry of a compact home. Corners that would normally be blocked become usable for storage, seating, or circulation. The system isn't just about saving space, it's about directing movement. A sliding panel opens in stages, letting the room reveal itself gradually rather than all at once. That controlled reveal reduces visual noise and keeps the apartment feeling composed even when the layout is tight. The panels are typically lightweight, using wood frames, translucent paper, or thin composites that keep the motion smooth. With no door swing to accommodate, furniture placement becomes far more flexible. A table can sit inches from the doorway without interfering with access. A shelf can run along the wall without clearance concerns. Even narrow hallways feel wider because nothing protrudes into the path. Sliding doors turn constrained rooms into adaptable ones, proving that small homes don't need extra square footage to feel open. They rely on architecture that refuses to waste a single centimeter. 2. Genkan zones that control dirt and clutter. The Genkan is the first system you encounter in a Tokyo home, and it quietly dictates how the entire apartment functions. It isn't just an entryway, it's a boundary separating the outside world from the controlled interior. Shoes stop here, bags stop here, umbrellas stop here. Nothing crosses the threshold without intention. The step up into the main living area reinforces that rule, creating a physical reminder that the space beyond must stay clean. The platform absorbs the chaos of daily life. Deliveries can be received without exposing the rest of the home. Grocery bags can be sorted before entering the kitchen. Even rain-soaked jackets have a place to drip dry without contaminating the floors. The Genkan becomes a buffer zone that handles mess so the rest of the apartment doesn't have to. Storage is built directly into the system. Tall cabinets swallow shoes, seasonal gear, and cleaning supplies, keeping the visual field clear. Hooks and rails hold keys, umbrellas, and transit cards in predictable locations, reducing the friction of leaving the house. The layout ensures that everything you need to exit is within arm's reach, and everything you bring home gets processed before entering the living space. The Genkan acts as a pressure valve in compact apartments. It organizes movement, filters clutter, and maintains cleanliness with almost no effort, creating an entry sequence that makes the entire home feel calmer and more deliberate. 3. Modular storage walls that expand vertically. Tokyo homes solve space problems by building upward, not outward, and nowhere is that clearer than in their modular storage walls. Instead of scattering small cabinets around the room, residents consolidate everything into a single vertical system that climbs from floor to ceiling. The shift compresses clutter into one organized plane, leaving the rest of the room open and flexible. The apartment immediately feels larger because storage is concentrated rather than dispersed. These systems aren't static. Shelves, drawers, and compartments can be rearranged as needs change, allowing the wall to evolve with the household. A new hobby, a growing wardrobe, or a shift in routine doesn't require new furniture, just a reconfiguration of existing modules. The adaptability keeps the space efficient without adding visual noise. With storage rising so high, the lower sections stay accessible for daily items, while the upper tiers hold seasonal or rarely used belongings. A small step stool becomes part of the choreography, making vertical reach feel natural. The layout encourages intentionality. Everything has a place, and everything returns to that place. This vertical strategy frees the floor for movement, reduces the number of standalone objects, and creates a sense of architectural order. The room stops feeling crowded and starts feeling deliberate, all because the storage behaves like infrastructure rather than furniture. 4. Multi-use tables that convert roles instantly. Tokyo homes rely on furniture that can shift identities without feeling improvised, and the multi-use table is the centerpiece of that system. It isn't just a dining surface or a desk, it's the apartment's primary workspace, social zone, and daily operations hub. The table sits at the intersection of every routine, designed to transition quickly from one role to another. A meal ends, the dishes move aside, and the same surface becomes a laptop station within seconds. The proportions are deliberate. The table is compact enough for tight rooms, but large enough to support multiple activities at once. Its height matches both dining chairs and floor cushions, letting residents switch between Western and Japanese seating styles depending on the task. Storage often hides beneath the tabletop, holding chargers, stationery, placemats, and small tools so the surface can reset instantly. As the room's anchor, everything around it supports rapid change. Lightweight chairs slide under the edges, trays keep items grouped for quick clearing, and nearby shelves hold essentials that rotate in and out throughout the day. The table becomes a stage where cooking, working, studying, and socializing happen in sequence rather than in separate rooms. This adaptability compresses time as much as space. One surface handles the full rhythm of daily life without ever feeling crowded or chaotic. 5. Balcony utility stations. Tokyo balconies aren't designed as leisure spaces. They function as compact utility stations that extend the apartment's capabilities. Instead of outdoor seating or decorative plants, these narrow platforms handle tasks that would overwhelm the interior. Laundry racks fold out from the wall, giving clothes direct access to sunlight and airflow without occupying precious indoor space. Air conditioning units sit neatly in the corner, venting heat outside instead of into the room. Even cleaning tools like mops and buckets often live here, keeping moisture and odors away from the living area. Every element serves a purpose. Railings are high enough for safety, yet open enough to allow strong cross-ventilation. Drainage channels run along the edges, so water from laundry or cleaning can flow away without pooling. Many balconies include small hooks, shelves, or brackets that support lightweight storage or plant care, turning the space into a controlled outdoor workspace. By handling drying, ventilating, and cleaning, the balcony keeps the interior calmer and more organized. Wet clothes don't crowd the living room. Humidity from drying laundry doesn't build up in the bedroom. Even seasonal items can be stored temporarily without disrupting the apartment's layout. The balcony acts as a pressure relief valve for the entire home. It absorbs tasks that would otherwise consume indoor space, proving that even a narrow strip of exterior can function like an extra room when designed with purpose. 6. Deep kitchen drawers instead of cabinets. Tokyo kitchens are compact, but they rarely feel cramped, and a major reason is the near-total absence of traditional lower cabinets. Instead of dark boxes that force you to crouch and reach blindly, the storage is built around deep, full-extension drawers that slide out smoothly and reveal everything at once. This single change transforms how the kitchen operates. You don't dig, shuffle, or forget what you own simply because it drifted to the back. The drawers are engineered with weight in mind. Heavy pots, stacks of plates, and bulk pantry items sit in the lowest tiers, supported by reinforced rails that glide even when fully loaded. Mid-level drawers handle utensils, spices, and prep tools, each arranged in shallow compartments that prevent clutter from spreading. The top drawers often include soft dividers for knives, chopsticks, and small gadgets, keeping the workflow predictable. With storage pulling outward instead of hiding in cabinets, the kitchen becomes a forward-facing workspace. You stay upright, centered, and retrieve every tool with a single motion. The layout reduces unnecessary bending and twisting, which matters in tight spaces where movement must stay efficient. The system also encourages intentional purchasing. When storage is visible, duplicates and forgotten items disappear from the routine. The kitchen stays lean, organized, and easy to reset after every meal. Drawers become the backbone of a kitchen designed to work at the speed of daily life. 7. Bathroom zoning with independent wet and dry areas. Tokyo bathrooms are designed around the idea that several routines should happen simultaneously without anyone waiting. Instead of combining everything into one room, the space is divided into distinct zones, thus a sink area, a toilet room, and a fully sealed wet room for bathing. Each zone operates independently, allowing one person to shower while another brushes their teeth and a third uses the toilet. This separation turns a small footprint into a highly efficient sequence of spaces. The wet room is the core of the system. It's built like a miniature spa chamber with waterproof walls, a floor drain, and a handheld shower that makes cleaning effortless. Since the entire room is meant to get wet, there's no need to protect surfaces or worry about splashing. The bathtub sits inside this chamber, allowing quick rinses or long soaks without rearranging anything. Outside the wet room, the sink area stays completely dry. Counter space is minimal but organized, with storage built into mirrors and under sink compartments. The toilet sits in its own enclosed room, often equipped with ventilation fans and bidet functions that keep the space fresh. This zoning system eliminates bottlenecks that plague single-room bathrooms. Morning routines move faster, privacy is easier to maintain, and the home feels more orderly. The bathroom becomes a coordinated set of microspaces designed to keep daily life flowing smoothly. 8. Compact laundry units with built-in dehumidifiers. Tokyo apartments treat moisture as a design problem, not an inconvenience, and nowhere is that clearer than in their laundry systems. Instead of relying on outdoor drying or bulky standalone dryers, many homes use compact washer-dryer units paired with built-in dehumidifiers that turn a small room into a controlled drying chamber. The system solves multiple issues at once: limited balcony space, unpredictable weather, and the constant humidity that defines Japan's summers. The drying process happens quietly in the background. Clothes hang on retractable rods or fold-down racks inside the bathroom or laundry nook, while the dehumidifier pulls moisture from the air and drains it automatically. With the room sealed, drying times stay consistent, regardless of season. There's no need to chase sunlight or worry about sudden rainstorms. This setup also keeps the rest of the apartment stable. Humidity doesn't drift into the bedroom. Damp fabrics don't sit in the living room. The bathroom becomes a temporary microclimate designed specifically for drying, and once the cycle ends, the space resets instantly. The machines themselves are engineered for tight footprints. They stack, tuck into corners, or slide under counters without disrupting circulation. In homes where every square meter matters, this approach turns laundry into a predictable, low-friction routine. Instead of fighting humidity, the system manages it with precision. 9. Underfloor storage in raised platforms. Tokyo homes often solve storage problems by building upward, but one of their most effective strategies actually goes downward. Raised platforms, usually in bedrooms or multipurpose rooms, hide deep storage compartments beneath the floor, turning a single step up into an entire concealed layer of usable space. The platform appears simple, yet it functions like a domestic cargo hold. Seasonal bedding, luggage, winter clothing, and bulky items disappear into these compartments without crowding the visible room. The design works because the platform changes the room's geometry. By lifting the floor a few inches, the space underneath becomes a structured void, accessed through hinged panels or sliding lids. The compartments are large enough to store items that would overwhelm a closet, yet shallow enough to keep everything reachable without bending into awkward positions. The platform also reshapes how the room is used. It creates a natural seating edge, a stage-like elevation for a futon or mattress, and a subtle boundary separating sleeping space from circulation. The raised surface feels intentional rather than improvised, giving the room a sense of order even when the footprint is small. With storage hidden below, the room stays visually calm. Nothing piles up in corners. Nothing needs to sit out in the open. The platform absorbs the clutter that small apartments can't afford to display, turning a simple elevation into a structural solution that makes compact living genuinely comfortable. 10. Ventilated cupboards for shoes and outerwear. Tokyo homes treat odor the same way they treat clutter, as something that must be contained, controlled, and prevented from spreading. Nowhere is this clearer than in the ventilated cupboards built for shoes and outerwear. Instead of a sealed cabinet that traps moisture, these units use hidden airflow channels to keep the interior dry and odor-free. Small vents along the sides or back allow air to circulate continuously, preventing the stale buildup common in closed storage. The design is quiet but intentional. Shelves are spaced to let air move between tiers, and the materials resist humidity rather than absorb it. Some cupboards use slatted doors that let air pass through without exposing the contents. Others hide small fans or passive ventilation grills that pull moisture away from shoes after a rainy commute. By managing odor at the source, the rest of the apartment stays fresh. Shoes don't need to sit in the open. Coats don't carry dampness into the living room. Even umbrellas have designated slots or drip trays that keep water contained until it evaporates. The result is a storage cabinet that behaves like a micro-environment. It reduces cleaning, extends the life of shoes, and keeps the entryway calm instead of chaotic. Ventilated cupboards act like a quiet filtration system, proving that small design decisions can have an outsized impact on daily comfort. 11. Micro-appliances designed for single-person efficiency. Tokyo homes don't pretend to be larger than they are, and their appliances follow the same logic. Instead of oversized machines built for families of 5, the city leans on compact devices engineered around the routines of 1 or 2 people. A slim refrigerator holds exactly what residents buy in a day or two, encouraging fresh shopping instead of bulk storage. 2-burner stoves match the scale of typical meals, reducing heat, noise, and cleanup. Even rice cookers come in smaller capacities, optimized for quick cycles rather than large batches. These appliances aren't compromises, they're calibrated tools. A narrow fridge cools faster and wastes less energy. A compact microwave doubles as a convection oven, replacing multiple bulky devices. Electric kettles boil water in seconds because they're sized for a single mug, not a full pot. Each machine is designed to do one job extremely well without occupying more space than necessary. Their smaller scale makes the kitchen layout more flexible. Counters stay open. Shelves stay reachable. Movement stays efficient. The home feels lighter because nothing dominates the room. This design logic also changes how residents interact with food. Meals become quicker to prepare, easier to portion, and simpler to clean up. Micro-appliances become evidence of a domestic system built around precision, not excess. Machines that fit the lifestyle rather than forcing the lifestyle to fit the machines. 12. Sound softening materials, hidden in plain sight. Tokyo apartments sit close together, but they rarely feel noisy. And that's because the sound control systems are built directly into the interior surfaces. Instead of bulky acoustic panels or visible foam, the materials that soften noise are disguised as everyday elements. Textured wall coverings, fabric-wrapped partitions, woven screens, and decorative panels that double as absorbers. The shift is quiet but effective. Rooms feel calmer without looking engineered, and conversations stay contained even when the walls are thin. These materials work by breaking up reflections. A textured surface scatters sound instead of bouncing it straight back. A fabric panel absorbs mid-range frequencies that normally make small rooms feel harsh. Even sliding doors often include soft cores that dampen impact noise when they close. None of these features call attention to themselves, yet together they create a controlled acoustic environment. Integrated treatments also preserve floor space. A wall that looks like simple wood slats may hide a sound-absorbing layer behind it. A decorative divider may reduce echo in a multi-purpose room. The design keeps the apartment visually clean while quietly managing the acoustics. Softening noise at the source matters in compact homes where every sound travels quickly. The result is a space that feels more private, more comfortable, and more controlled. A quiet achieved through materials chosen to make small rooms feel peaceful without sacrificing aesthetics. 13. Night mode lighting that guides movement. Tokyo homes treat nighttime movement as a design problem, not an afterthought. Instead of relying on overhead lights that shock the eyes awake, many apartments use low-level LEDs placed along floors, door frames, and corridor edges to guide movement without disturbing sleep. These lights activate softly, creating a path that's visible enough to navigate but dim enough to preserve the body's nighttime rhythm. The guidance feels effortless. You move through the home without fumbling, squinting, or waking anyone else. Placement is deliberate. LEDs sit just above the floor, where the light spreads horizontally instead of flooding the room. Doorway strips mark transitions between spaces, making it easy to find the bathroom or kitchen in the dark. Some systems use motion sensors that trigger only when someone walks by, ensuring the lights stay off unless needed. Directional illumination avoids the harsh glare of ceiling fixtures. Shadows stay soft, colors stay muted, and the apartment maintains a calm, nighttime atmosphere. Even small children or elderly residents benefit from the gentle guidance, reducing the risk of tripping in tight spaces. The system turns lighting into a quiet safety mechanism. It respects sleep, reduces nighttime stress, and keeps the home functional without breaking the darkness. Night mode lighting becomes a precise solution for moving through compact spaces without waking the entire household. Tokyo's homes aren't big, but they're built on a logic that treats every movement, object, and routine as a design problem worth solving. These 13 ideas show how small spaces become powerful when the architecture works with you instead of against you.